How can a $260,000 Sacramento foreclosure be a dead deal on arrival? Well, let's do a quick examination, forensic style, of this home. As you can see, we're looking at a home in Sacramento, California. Asking price is $259,900, a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,665 square feet. Home was built in 1947, is in the average neighborhood in Sacramento, which has a good ARV possibility. So we're looking at something that could possibly be an investor special. What do the photos tell us? Well, let's take a look. As you can see, the photos show a house that is in pretty good shape outside, but inside it's a completely different story. The photos here show that it's a full gut job needed. The floors are gone, the drywall stripped, there's exposed framing, there's exposed wiring, there's no central AC, there's an empty crack pool in the back, as you can see right there, which is a big liability. There is, basically it needs to be done, completely redone on the inside. From bathroom to kitchen, everything needs to be redone. So we're looking at a pretty big number to rehab this into a rentable state. So obviously it's something that's going to need a lot of work, but despite that, can the numbers work on this? Is it possible to make this deal work? Well, let's run the numbers and find out. As you can see, I have my forensic analyzer up. Now let's see what the numbers tell us on this home to see if it's something that's a possible investment or something that's dead on arrival. First thing we need to do is calculate how much the full gut restore of this home will cost. Well, I came up with a number that I used using my estimator tool that I will show you later and my own professional experience, and came up with a medium rehab estimate of $158,000. The range is about $158 to $170, but the overruns could make it push into the $200,000 range. So we're looking at pretty extensive rehab. As you can see, I already input all my numbers into here, the asking price, the offer, and every other input that's needed to run an analysis on this. My offer, just as a starting point, is $240,000. Now, if I run this analysis, what's it going to say? Well, let's find out. And here you can see the result of the analysis. What does it say? Automatically, we could tell that it's a kill it here diagnosis. Why? Key factor: structure is risky, market demand soft, rehab scope is a full gut. It's a huge job. Now we could make it work, but not at the price that we're looking at. Suggested mid-range would be $142,000 to $158,000. In other words, the seller would have to drop about $100,000 off their price for this to even be considered. It's possible at that price because of an ARV of $435,000 in that area, estimated rent of $2,350, which I know in Sacramento, I know the market well, is something that is sustainable, but not at $200,000. This is something that we got to bid low because the overruns could well creep into $200,000 for a full rehab of this home. So what's the lesson? What's the verdict in this home? Well, the verdict is dead deal, complete dead deal at this price. It only works for $100,000 less. What's the lesson? The lesson is never trust the headline on significant repair foreclosures. We need to run the numbers. The numbers tell us that this could be an opportunity, but not at the price that's being offered. At $158,000, it's something that we would consider and we would probably bid on. But for now, the verdict is no on this. Thank you for watching. This concludes our episode for